Hello, welcome. I'm David Rozman and we own a salon in Manchester. One of the things we do is specialise in hair systems. Today, the purpose of the video is to give you a little bit of information about how a hair system works. It's designed for someone who's maybe never had a hair system before, and you will always have a load of questions when you've never had a hair system. So let's give you this introduction. Let's give you the do's, the don'ts, the whys you should do it or why you shouldn't do it. I just want this to be a general information video that really helps you to make a decision. Why a David Rozman hair system? Well, I personally think there's two reasons for that. First of all, myself, I've been in the hairdressing profession for about 26, 27 years now, and that experience has really carried through from just kind of cutting hair originally and colouring hair when I very first started, into having a passion to try and help people who suffer from hair loss. So that experience is what we have, but also it then comes into our product. So we have our own product made for us, and even sometimes custom made for the client themselves. So if you have a specific problem that is unique to you, or you want a system made in a specific way, we can translate that to our manufacturing team, who will make that product for you specific. So it's about offering you a real customized product that works for you and your lifestyle. And that's why I think you should choose a David Rozman hair system if a system is the right option for you. So why choose a hair system? Okay, so there's numerous options out there for hair loss, obviously, from transplantation, micropigmentation, hair systems being one of them. Why I like the hair system is very simple. You can decide how much hair you're going to have. It is an instant result. Okay, so we can really ensure we solve the problem of hair loss for you. There's no drugs involved, there's no surgery involved. The systems are very realistic. There is a little bit of maintenance with all systems, so you've got to bear that in mind, but they are really lifelike, so I think it's a brilliant option. And you can kind of decide on the style you want. We know already how much hair we'll be able to give you, and we've got a lot of the questions that you will have answered. So I think it's a very good option, realistic, non-surgical, instant results. Why not choose a hair system? So what maintenance is required when you've got a David Rozman hair system? It's pretty much lifelike like your own normal hair. So you would shampoo the hair, you'll condition the hair. We would always recommend in the salon our products that we've tried and tested on our systems to ensure that you keep the best moisture level in the hair system, you keep the shine, a good condition that protects it and re-moisturizes the system, and then maybe a spray that we will use or an oil to protect it through the drying process as well. So it's pretty much like managing any normal hairstyle, okay? So that's really quite easy. Now what you will have that from time to time is you will have a few little lifts possibly around the hairline. This is natural. This is what you just check for daily, and all you would do is you would clean any excess residue that might kind of be around the hairline. You would clean that off and you would just put a little bit of bond on, when that is required. Some people have very little maintenance to do. Some other people, because everyone is slightly different, they do have a little bit more touching up on the edges to do. That's just daily maintenance to check and to address if required. Now, we do recommend as a salon every, say, 2 to 4 weeks, and this will depend on how active you are, really. That's one of the things involved. If you sweat a lot, if you have a lot of bodily oils, then the system is going to need to be removed and refitted more often. So the guideline we give is between 2 to 4 weeks. I'd never recommend going over the 4 weeks. We must make sure that the scalp stays clean and in its optimal condition. So you can visit the salon, which most of our clients choose to do, but that's an option for each individual client. You can visit us or do this yourself. Remove the hair system, clean your scalp thoroughly, clean the system thoroughly by removing all the old bond and any oils and residue under the system, reshave the area, rebond it and refit it. Like I say, when you very first have a hair system, that step might be a little bit too much to start with until you've seen us do it a few times. But the majority of our clients now, after we've educated them, they're comfortable to do that when they require it to be done, even though most of our clients do choose to come to the salon. So I'm going to try and answer some of the frequently asked questions now. And one of the most frequently asked questions is, can I exercise while wearing a David Rozman hair system? And the simple answer is yes, you can. So we want you to live your life as normal as possible. All right, there should not be any restriction on what you do, but there is some education and some learning and some tolerances you've got to start to get an understanding of before you kind of just go wild and hitting the gym every day. The more you sweat, the more naturally that will break down the bonding that is holding the hair system onto your scalp. So basically, if you are going to do a lot of exercise, you're going to have a little bit more maintenance to do. Rebonding the hairline a little bit more, having the hair system refitted more often, whether you do that yourself or, as I said in the last question or the last section, coming into the salon. You know, we're there to help you, they're there to guide you through how to get through this. But the beauty with one of our hair systems is you can run, you can go to the gym, you can swim. There's no problem with doing all that. It's just learning about the tolerances that the hair system and the bun will have and how to best maintain it. And as a salon, we will do our best to educate you with how this system that you're going to get is going to work for your individual's lifestyle. So the next question, how long will my David Rozman hair system last? Okay, so that is a question that is very difficult to give an exact answer to for every individual. So let's take a step back a little bit. What a hair system is it's a perfect balance of a robust but very realistic lifelike hair product. It is not stitched into, the hair is not stitched into a real dense base. It is an ultra thin skin base that we use, a polymer that we use. We find that is the best for bonding and the best for being more realistic for each individual client. So it really depends on how well you look after it. Some people are really careful when they maintain the hair system. They use all the correct products that we recommend for them. Some people are a little bit naturally more rougher. They do a lot more sports, so it naturally gets more, I suppose more abuse is the way of putting it. The hair does itself, so it will shed a little bit faster. They'll have more maintenance issues, you know, sometimes if they're doing a lot of activities. So it's an impossible question, but what I can do is answer that from what an average of what we're seeing. And what I would say is approximately 4 to 12 weeks is what one of our clients would often expect. The other question to put in there is, what is each individual's tolerances? So I have some clients who, the second the hair has started to fade a little bit in colour, or it's started to shed ever so slightly, that's it, I want a new hair system and I want it today. And that person doesn't necessarily have a lot of tolerance to the wear and tear of a hair system. But then again, I have some clients who say, it's been shedding a little bit, but I can cope with that and that's fine. And then people often are getting longer out of the hair system. So it's down to each individual to decide where they're comfortable with, what they're comfortable with, and we will ensure we do our very utmost to get the best longevity out of a hair system, but also guide you to one of our hair packages, like a subscription package that will get you the best value as well. Next question. How do your hair system packages work? So, first of all, what we need to do is identify how many systems approximately you're going to use as an individual. We have people who have systems 3 to 4 a year, and we have some people on our unlimited package, which is basically they can have a hair system whenever they want from one simple monthly payment. So once we've kind of worked with you for a little bit and we've worked out what your tolerance is, how well you're maintaining it, we can put that plan together. Now, each one of our hair system packages is going to save you money. So that is one of the benefits of doing it over just having a one-off hair system. When you pay for your hair system package with us through a direct debit each month, that is just paying for your hair system. So what you would then do is when you decide to have that fitted, you just pay for your service in the salon. But by doing that, it hopefully creates this manageable payment structure that, one, you're saving money, and two, you're spreading the cost. So that should work for most people. Right, on to the next question. How do I know if I'd be suitable for a hair system? Okay, so doing the hair systems now for quite a few years, I'd say now, the majority of people we speak to are suitable. Now, I've always said there's not anyone who's perfect to have a hair system. The person who's perfect to have a hair system is if you've got very, very little hair, because the bond will bond to the scalp easy. We don't have much hair growth to kind of push the system away from the scalp. But so it's always a balance, really. For us to be able to fix your hair loss, sometimes there's going to be a little bit more maintenance. But that, once again, that should tie into the 2 to 4 weeks that we give as a guideline. And that should work very well, even for someone who's got 40% hair loss. Now, the majority of people who do come and see us, their systems, they'll be through the top, because a male client especially thins especially more through the top. Females can be more evenly spread throughout the scalp, but the male client, the way we do lose hair is through losing hair on the top. So what I'd say is just check the top of your scalp, and if you've got 30-40% of the hair gone through that area, I think it'd probably be about the right time to get in touch with us, and we would have a look at that for you on an individual basis, talk you through a few questions you might have, and give you our own judgment on it, really, our own idea, and basically you can make your decision from there. So continuing on from the last question, who is the hair system really suitable for? Well, the majority of the clients we see in salon will be male, because men do suffer more with hair loss. But in saying that, we also have a lot of female clients as well. So they might suffer from alopecia or other medical conditions, or once again, general hair loss. Now, a hair system that we do on a gent would probably be not the same product as what we do on a lady. So as I said in the last part of the question, that ladies can thin more all over, so they can have hair loss all through the scalp and not just on the top. So in these cases, sometimes we do need to customize and do a mold of an individual scalp, which is quite an easy process. You'd have to come into the salon for that most of the times, and we would do that mold, and we would have a hair system custom made for that individual, to the shape of their scalp, to the hair length they want, the hair color, the hair texture, and even the density. So there's a lot of options, and this video won't answer every single question or every individual's hair loss journey, I suppose. What it will do is give you a good idea whether we're a company that you think you could contact to come and get some more advice from, and we'll always try our utmost to give you the best advice as possible. Next question, is a hair system a permanent solution? Okay, so how I describe a hair system is a semi-permanent solution. The reason I describe it as a semi-permanent solution is you do need to have it refitted, you do need to change your product, but it can permanently cover hair loss. By that, what I mean is, yes, you come into the salon, we fix the system as far as the refit or the new system goes, but then you leave with a full head of hair again. So it's a completely flexible system that can work to a lot of individuals' needs. I have some people who, when they've had a hair system, they do not want to be without a hair system no more. We have some people who they decide in the summer, they're going away a lot and they just want a bit more freedom without the hair system for that period of time, so they're not going to wear the hair system for the next 4 weeks. So you can make a hair system exactly what you want. It can be on the scalp virtually 100% of the time, in between the refits and the new fittings, or you can choose certain periods of time when you want it. You can decide, and that is one of the big benefits from a hair system. Next question. So it's your first time of having a hair system, and sometimes I'll get this question asked, what if I have a hair system and then I change my mind or I don't like it afterwards? Well, the good news to that is that basically everything we do is reversible. It's not, as we answered in the question earlier, there's no surgery involved. there's no pain, there's nothing that kind of, other than a little bit of financial outlay, that is your risk, I suppose. We can give you all the best advice to start with. We'll equally say to customers, if we don't think the solution's right, we will tell you if we think the solution's right. But the client is the best person to answer the question of, do I want to tackle my hair loss? So if you're in that position where now it's affected your confidence, you do want to cover your hair up now, you want to get a hair system, we can try it without much risk. We will do our utmost to ensure that the style is exactly what you want, and we work very hard with our clients. But sometimes, in a very, very rare occasions, and it is rare, probably in 4 years of doing hair systems, we've probably had 2 or 3 people, and that sometimes comes down to a confidence thing in the first place. People, they're used to not seeing themselves with hair, then all of a sudden they've got hair, and that transition can be a little bit too much for them and their own confidence. So I would never recommend anyone to go ahead with a hair system if you're not 100% certain that you really want to give the hair, dealing with the hair loss problem a full shot. But if you're in that position, it's going to be a very rare scenario where you don't like the result at the end of it. I would always say it takes a week or 2 for you to fully get used to how a hair system works for you. Get used to the comments of people who know you, and they can tell that you've had something different done. That's really important, because you do need to have that little bit of confidence and be prepared for that. But once you're in that situation, there's very little people who we've ever worked with who do not like the hair system. But in that very small percentage, we could take the hair system off when you feel comfortable. Yes, your hair will be shorter, but obviously then the hair will grow back as it naturally was. And as long as that is an okay solution for you, a hair system is worth trying. If that is not an okay solution, then I'd say in this scenario, a hair system would not be worth trying for you, and seeking a different hair solution would be the best options. So we're coming towards the end now of this hair system information video, and the final question, or the final thing I want you to do is, what should you do if you watch this video and you still think, yes, I'd love to try a hair system or a David Rozman hair system? Well, first of all, get in touch with us. I'd like you to email us or send us some photographs of your hair loss. Let's see the situation first of all that you have, because I can answer a lot of questions just remotely for you. I'd also like you to add on that email any more questions that I may not have answered in this video or that are specific to you, and we can get in touch with you then and answer your own individual questions that you might have. Hopefully we've addressed quite a few of them in this video, but there's always going to be a couple more things I can answer for every individual. I get that. And that's it. And hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Hopefully it's been something that's given you some information. I've not seen many videos like this online to give people information about, am I right? What do I need to know before a video? And that was the inspiration behind me trying to put something together really for our customers and potential customers going forward. So if you do like it, please share it with a friend who you think might benefit, if you know anyone, and get in touch with us when you're ready. But in the meantime, thank you very much for watching this video, and we look forward to hopefully doing a couple more videos somewhere along the line that you'll be interested in. So thank you very much. Over and out from David Rozman.